Good morning from Green River, Wyoming. All right, here's the deal. It's early. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Been up for about a half hour. Topped off my fuel. We're on our way to Hill, if I can ever get out of the Love's parking lot. Apparently, ignorance is 24 hours, and genius is limited hours of the day. And it ain't these hours. We're on our way to Hill Air Force Base, just north of Salt Lake City. Get that one off early, and we'll hustle to get to Boise. Try and get Boise off today. If we get Boise off, we're in pretty good shape. If not, I'll pony up in Boise and take a 34 there and deliver Boise Monday morning. I'm gonna have to do a 34-hour somewhere along the trip, anyways. I'm sure. I don't know that I can do the whole trip in one cycle. It's just long enough where it's just not doable, I think. But that's where we're at. Headed west. It's cold here. It's 49 degrees. I have all shorts. I have zero pants. No mas pantalones. And it's chilly. What are you doing, idiot? Yeah, gas is the one on the right. Sorry. Obviously, I'm going to be full of shit all day. Starts early, finishes early, I guess. But yeah, headed west. We'll check in with you guys here in a while. See ya. All right, so I just got to Hill. It's about 8:40. This line is forever long. There's no way I get Boise delivered today. Looking at the secondary plan, there's a Love's that's short of Boise. I'll probably stop at for tonight. I can't remember where it's at, what the name of the town is. It's short of Boise. If you looked at drive times from where I started this morning, Green River to here, and then from here to Boise, was about 7.5 hours. If I started at 6 in the morning, that puts me in Boise about 1:30. If you add an hour to an hour and a half here at Hill, getting through security and getting through the gate, now you're talking 2:30, 3 o'clock. And then you've got to add the time getting through security in Boise, so now you're 5 o'clock before you get through the gate at Boise. Receiving's going to be closed. There's no way. I'd hoped to roll up. Last time I was here, there was no way at the gate. Rolled right up, rolled right through, 15, 20 minutes, not a big deal. Not the case this time. Not the case. So yeah, I'll be stopping short of Boise. I'll be doing my 34 at a Love's just south of Boise. So yeah, there's probably 25 trucks ahead of me in line. And they all got to go through pass an ID and get checked, and yeah, pain in the butt. So what I hoped would happen is not going to happen. We'll just do the best we can with it. That's all we can do. Sometimes there's delays, whether it's traffic on the freeway or traffic at a gate trying to get through security. So it is what it is. That's all it is, and that's all it'll ever be. But we'll update you here shortly. It's going to be a while. See ya. Alright guys, couldn't shoot any unload video at Hill. The guy was all over me from the time I pulled in the lot. It was just one piece on the back, not a big deal. Restrapped, re-tarp, ready to rock and roll. Well, Hill was a cluster. That's 4 hours of my life I'll never get back. Doesn't really matter. We're going to stop short anyways, so taking a long break. 6 one, half another than the other. It don't matter. But yeah, 4 hours. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. I've never seen that much traffic at a military gate since I've been doing this. That was crazy. It was crazy. I kept asking, do you think I talked to a guy behind me, do you think all these guys are still in their sleeping berth on their break? They've been here all night. They're still off duty. It's why we're not moving. Because there was Coca-Cola and FedEx zipping around us. And I assume that's because they go out there all the time. They've got a D-bids or they've got a pass that allows them to access base without having to go through pass and ID. But, yeah, it was just crazy. There were so many trucks there. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But the good thing is, when I pulled up to get unloaded, he had just unloaded a truck and was still sitting in the unload area, and he was on me. He sat there the whole time. He almost tapping his foot, waiting for me to get the straps and tarp off. It was one piece on the back. You guys saw what we unloaded the other day: 4 pieces on top, left 1 on the bottom. So it was just the one piece. It took, I don't know, 4.396 seconds to unload it. He signed my bills for me and we were done. He went on to the next one. There was another one pulled in behind me. But got restrapped and on the road, headed north, kind of northwest, I guess. The Loves up here is where I met Alex Cogan, Mr. Alex Cogan. Don't people know I'm trying to shoot video? Quit sending me texts. I bet you eat your crust on your pizza first. I'm sorry. It's been that kind of day. But head to Boise. We'll do some video stuff over the weekend. I'll do a couple how-to videos. I thought about pulling all the stuff out of the box and doing a video on what I carry, one on the AV stuff I use. So I got some ideas. Something that'll take up the time over the next 2 days. So we'll check in with you here shortly. See you. All right, guys, we're on a 34-hour break. We're in Bliss, Idaho. Boise's about 70 miles behind me, so we'll finish that drive first thing Monday morning. I still might move up Sunday night. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I promised you guys I'd break down the numbers, and that's what we're going to do here. I originally reported it was 1 pick, 6 stops, for $6,500. Technically that still holds true, but I'm going to break it down a little differently because I like the way I broke it down here than breaking it down all miles. So let's look at it from a different set of eyes. When the broker booked this load, it's actually two separate rate cons. One's for 5 stops, it's $4,800, and then there's a rate con for Devil's Lake that's $1,700 for a total of $6,500. So it works out the same no matter how I do it, but I want to break it down a little differently. I'm going to consider it 5 stops with Devil's Lake being a backhaul. So with that in mind, here's the breakdown. So $4,800. This is one pick, 5 stops. Pays $960 per stop. If you break that down, divide it out. So the first leg is Tinker to Carson, Fort Carson in Colorado. It's 574 miles. Pays $1.67 per mile. That's not bad. If you're working off a load board, you're lucky if you get $1.67. Leg 2 is Fort Carson to Hill Air Force Base in Utah. It's 588 miles. That breaks down to $1.63 per mile. And then Hill in Utah to Boise, Idaho is 312 miles. And that breaks down to $3.07 a mile. Again, not bad if you're working off a load board. If you look at these as individual picks and deliveries, like most people do on YouTube. And then Boise to Clackamas. I like saying Clackamas, Oregon. Boise to Clackamas is 433 miles, and that breaks down to $2.21 per mile. Again, not bad. And then last leg, the 5th leg, is Clackamas to Fairchild. Fairchild's on the east side of Washington, Fairchild Air Force Base. It's 351 miles, and that breaks down to $2.73 per mile. Normally, that's where my run would end. And then I've got over 2,000 miles to home if I don't catch a bike call. So I'm gonna take Fairchild to Devil's Lake, that last leg of the run. It's one piece that's on the bottom of the front stack. It weighs 200 pounds. Truck doesn't even know it's there. It has no idea. It wouldn't change my numbers whatsoever. So I'm going to consider that a backhaul. So that one pays $1,700. So technically that's one pick, one stop. Fairchild Air Force Base is where I'm going to consider starting it at. And that's 1,035 or 1,034 miles to Devil's Lake, North Dakota. And that breaks down to $1.64 per mile. So if you do the math and you figure all that out, and you probably won't, it's a lot of math to do. The numbers are the same. One pick, 6 drops, $6,500, or break it down 5 stops with a backhaul. I like the numbers, breaking it down 5 steps or 5 stops versus a backhaul. Just makes a little more sense. Still not a bad week though. Where else can you gross $6,500 a week and be gone? Oh, I might be gone 6 days on this deal. By the time 7 maybe. It's a week, but you're still grossing $6,500 for a week. I'll get home, do a reset. I'll take 3 or 4 days at home, turn around and go out and do it again. But yeah, that's the breakdown. One pick, 6 stops, 6,500 miles, or $6,500, or 4,800, 1,700, 5 stops, 1 stop. However you want to look at it, it's all the same. It works out the same. But I like breaking it down 5 stops with a backhaul. It looks like I have a backhaul, because usually when I get done, I'm up Seattle, and it's 2,100 miles to home. And if I don't catch a backhaul, those are deadhead miles. This way, when I get to Devil's Lake, I'm right at 1,000 miles from home, and then I still can catch up a backhaul up that way going south. I haven't found anything around Oregon or Washington that makes sense to take, because I've got to go to North Dakota first. So it's got to be at least North Dakota or south, heading back towards the house on the delivery point. So, but yeah, that's the breakdown. That's how we're rolling this week. All right, check in with you guys here in a while. See you. to Boise, Idaho. It's going to Air National Guard place at the airport. This one's fairly easy. It's one piece. I think it's on top. I'm not sure. I think it's on top. So it should be easy unload. The bad thing is I got to untarp the whole damn thing. That's the only thing that sucks about military stuff. You got to tarp it. They want it tarped. So every load and unload, you got to completely untarp, retarp. Every once in a while, if it's one side or the other, I loosen up one side, flip it back just on one side, and get a piece off and flip it back down. But this one's sitting on top across both stacks, so I've got to completely untarp, retarp. But it's just part of the deal. Part of the deal. It takes time. Just burns the hours of the day. We're hoping to get 2 off today. We'll get Boise done, and then we'll hustle to Clackamas. Clackamas. I think I've been to Clackamas before. They didn't call it Clackamas the first time, but I think it's going to the Air National Guard at the airport on the south side of Portland. I think it's the south side of Portland. I do believe. But hoping to get 2 off today and then land in Troutdale. That's the plan. We'll see if it happens. My guesstimate arrival time in Clackamas will be about 3:30. So I may get it off. I may not. I hope I do. Makes my life a lot easier tomorrow morning, because then we're just on our way to Fairchild. But if not, then I've got to get up in the morning, finish that delivery, and then head towards Fairchild. I'll probably end in Ritzville up there. Ritzville's about an hour west of Fairchild, an hour west of Spokane. It's the only real truck stop out there. I'll do some looking, but that's probably where I'll land. Not tonight, but tomorrow night. You do long multi-day runs. Everything runs together after a while, and then you do it over and over and over and over. It's like a nightmare that never ends. But yeah, that's the plan. We'll get Boise off, hustle to get to Clackamas, Oregon, and then land in Troutdale. So we'll check in with you guys here in a little while. See you. Restrap, retarp, load keeps getting smaller and shorter as we go. Alright, so we didn't make it to Clackamas tonight. My arrival time was getting to be 3:10, 3:15. Then I had to go through security. I'd rather not chance it. Just go ahead and park for the night. Just hit it first thing in the morning. I'd hate to drive all the way over there, get turned around at the gate, and then it's rush hour traffic in Portland, Oregon, trying to find a spot to park at a truck stop when everything's full. I figured we'll stop short and we'll get it parked up for the night. We'll make the delivery in the morning and then head over towards Fairchild after that. And And that'll be the last of the stops on this run. Then the back off, of course. But yeah, home for the night, Troutdale, Oregon. This is where I met Jason with Blue Sky Hotshot. Same truck stop. I stopped and fueled up at Love's. All their parking was full. When I come around to the TA, I had to go all the way around and parked almost in the same spot that I met Jason with Blue Sky Hotshot. There's a story there. I'll share that next video. But yeah, home for the night, Troutdale, Oregon. See you guys next time.